So, PoE 2 came out with a statement, I guess, about the feedback. They will be making some changes. Let's see what these changes are. I got a glimpse of it, so I kind of know some of it, but definitely don't know all of it. So let's see what these changes are. Let's see what I think about it. And yeah. Everyone, the launch weekend has been a blast. We've really enjoyed seeing all you get your hands, blah, blah, blah. But now that the launch weekend is over, it's time for us to look at the feedback. Okay. A lot of players have expressed frustration about being trapped in by monsters. While it's intended that monsters are able to trap and kill you, we felt that the frequency of this was a little too high. So basically, it is intended to happen, but it's happening too much. We'll be deploying the following changes in the upcoming patch. Player size is now set to 0 units while dodge rolling instead of 1 unit. Some smaller monsters can now be pushed while dodge rolling. This includes monsters such as the Adorned Beetles in Keth, those fuckers, especially in that room that locks up, the Galleria or whatever. God damn, that one's annoying. It's not that. I mean, it might be problematic later. It's not that problematic, but yeah, it was really annoying. The first time I went to the room, like fuck, I'm dead. I'm dead. I know I'm dead. I was not ready for it. This should result in getting trapped less often. Note that you can still be trapped. A player size of a 0 can still not phase through monsters, but it can get through even the smallest gap between them. How do I feel about this? I mean, overall, I think it's better for the game. Personally, I'm not a fan. The only thing I am a fan of is not this. Smaller monsters can be now be pushed. This one I think is the only thing that they needed. Being able to push small monsters because that makes sense. Being able to push big monsters does not make sense. Having a player size is now set to 0. I feel like this will create the playstyle of just running through everything because you are very unlikely to get trapped anymore. I don't like this one too much because this will just create the need to just run forward when there's a ton of mobs, AoE them down, and you know you can keep kiting them because they cannot trap you. Because essentially in every pack that you're gonna be getting, for the most part, there's just a bunch of small mobs you'll be able to push and get out of. So essentially you should never be blocked unless somehow you get trapped by like a bunch of big mobs, which is almost never the case in any map, really. I'm sure there are maps, but like in most cases, this would make it so like you literally will not be able to get body block. And again, I know some people, oh, I hate being body block, whatever, but not having the possibility to get body blocked will change the game, like the way the game works. You will literally just like run forward, gather a bunch of mobs, AoE them down, or like kite them back, and then you're gonna go run, grab another bunch of mobs, do it again, do it again, do it again. And I don't want that to be the gameplay. I really wanted to avoid being PoE 1. I really don't like endgame PoE 1 because it's just brain dead farming. So yeah. Yeah, let's move on. That's pretty much all I had to do about say about the dodge roll. Not a fan for half of it. Half of it I think makes sense. A lot of players have been reporting that it can be tedious to need to retread areas of maps in order to get back to objectives that they already found. We're deploying the following change in app compass. So this is the checkpoint. Clicking on a checkpoint will allow you to teleport to other checkpoints in the area that are explored on your minimap. Checkpoints have been added to all entrances and exit of zones to allow for teleportation. That's nice. Checkpoint has been added to the midpoint of the first Dreadnought area. Oh, that's the, yeah. It's like the last zone. Well, second to last zone in Act 2. I think this is a good change overall. Especially if they change the but here's the problem, right? Well, it's not really a problem because most of the waypoints right now work very well. That the waypoints are by an objective anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. I can't think of many situations where I needed to one second. I can't think of many situations where I needed the checkpoint to teleport back to an objective. But I also, like, the way I play, I just don't skip objectives. And if it's an objective that you have to come back to later on, like, you know, you go to some map, you collect some pieces, and then you have to go back to this map or whatever, then it would be like there's a waypoint by that point of interest. So it's like I never had that issue, really. So I don't know. However, this could be pretty good for. Well, they need to add a good chunk of checkpoints for that, but like, let's say you are like, you explored the left area but not all of it, then you went to the right area because just that's just how it happens, and then there's like, you notice on the left area there's an area you didn't explore, so you can use a checkpoint to teleport to that checkpoint, so you don't have to run all the way across to get that area explored, which happened to me a few times. I was like, oh wait, I didn't explore this area, and then it's like, oh wait, oh, this is where the boss was. Oh my god, I could have found it like 10 minutes ago. Instead, I went to every other place. But like that run back when there are no mobs takes like no time really. When there are mobs, like let's say you died and now you like want to go all the way to that side, then yeah, it can be annoying. Overall, I think it's a good change. I don't see a problem with this. Like, yeah, it's gonna reduce a bit of the, like, it'll make the game a bit easier in a sense, but like I think like it's a fair easy, so I don't mind. No item changes. One of the major problems that players have been experiencing is feeling that the game is not rewarding enough. Yeah, I'm still using, like, I cannot find an upgrade to like my belt and my gloves. They're like level 10 and I'm level 40 already, so it's, well, like level 12 and I'm level 40, so it's like, yeah, and like I'm crafting, but like I just like shit out of luck. One of the major problems that players have been experiencing is feeling There's an area that we have to be very careful when adjusting because it's very hard to reduce drops if we increase them by too much. This is true. Once people experience a lot of drops, they really don't want to go back to less drops. And honestly, I think just more crafting materials. People are exchanging for exalted orbs right now. I don't think exalted orbs should be that valuable right now. Like, I think exalted should be a lot more affordable, a lot more easy to find. The exalted is literally the main crafting material that you need. Why? Because like the other one's like pure gamble from normal to rare, so it's like whatever. But the exalted one is like from magical to rare, so it's like if the magical is already good and you have the stats you want on it, it's much less of a gamble. So that one is like way more important. And there's really not enough of it. Even the normal to rare doesn't drop that often, but like you don't use it as often, so it's like I don't care about that. But exalted is literally the main component. Like nobody's running with magic as soon as they get to rare. You can like run a level 8 rare item, and at level 50 if you find a blue, you're not going to use the blue, you're still going to use the rare. So it's like, well, probably, you know, it's like like unless it's like a really good blue, but like it's really not going to happen. In particular, the reward that you were getting for the increased difficulty of rares wasn't lining up. We have deployed the following changes. Rarity bonus per rare mob has been doubled. Okay. 10% quantity bonus per rare mob, so more items will drop. I'm assuming this is like only one more item at most. Usually, most rares only drop like 5 items, so it's like 10% of 5 is like 0.5, so it's like, what does that mean in terms of drops, you know? It's what the fuck. Okay, increases the chance of rare monsters inherently having more modifiers as you progress through them. It's fine, it's endgame. These changes will cause rare monsters' rewards to naturally scale up as you get to higher levels. Oh, maybe like higher rare monsters actually drop more than 10 items, so... In addition, many other forms of map juicing will indirectly cause rare monsters to have more mods. Okay, that's cool. Alright, currency changes. We felt that players were not getting enough of certain currency. Yes. Regal Orb drop rates. Regal Orb drop rates. Which one's the Regal Orb? Is that the rerolling one? Okay, I don't remember. I suck with names, so. Disenchanting of 6 mod rares to give 2 Regal shards instead of 1. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I know what it is then. Okay. I think Regal Orb is the one that makes normal into rare. I think. I haven't been disenchanting in forever, by the way. So I've been accumulating gold for respecking when I need it. So I've been just selling shit. Okay, last news on the ads. Reduce the drop rate of Chaos Orbs slightly as they are less valued and so that it doesn't consume so much of the rare currency. I'm not sure what Chaos. Oh, okay, that's the. I think that's the reroll. This costs currency such as Exalted Orbs to increase somewhat. Amen. That's all we need. Gem Cutter's Prism drop rates increased by. Amen. Gem Cutter's Prisms now increase quality on gems by 5% instead of 1%. Nice. This is also good. Wait, this is already implemented. Because I increased the quality of one of my skill gems today and was up by 5%. So this one specifically is in. The other ones, I don't know. Map mod changes. Like with rares, we felt that players were not being rewarded enough for the difficulty that was being added by map mods. We have significantly increased the value of all prefix map mods. We have changed all map prefix mods, but some example changes we have deployed are rarity mods have been increased, quantity mods have an extra rarity added to them. We removed the bottom tier of some mods. Good. I'm not even in maps, but I kind of understand what this is about. You are much more likely to roll modifiers that affect drops or pack size rather than less useful mods. In addition, it has been identified that some areas are not being affected by the increased number of monster packs mod as they should be. Okay, unlucky drop protection. One of the major issues we have identified are outlier unlucky drops. A single unique boss dropping badly, especially early on, can significantly affect your character. Yes, this is very true. Some runs I'm like very fucking strong and have no problem getting through the Act 1 and Act 2, and some runs I'm like fucking sluggish where it's like I'm still able to do it, but like substantially harder. Following change, no more than they already deployed. Okay, maybe wait, was this already? We have deployed. Oh, so this is already deployed. Okay, right. We have deployed following changes. No more than 50% of a unique monster's drops can be gold. Egg bosses and map bosses will always drop at least one rare. Okay. First of these changes is more significant than it first appears because players can't see the difference between normal and rare gold piles. You'll get more equipment and currency items, which can take more advantage of the rarity increases that unique monsters provide. Click to move, I don't care. If you play click to move, you're playing wrong. Just saying. Endgame maps. Concern for players in endgame maps is accidentally missing rare monsters. In addition, many maps did not have the number of rare monsters that they should have had. We're making the following changes in the upcoming patch. Rare monsters now appear on the minimap when there are... Okay. Instead of 50, many maps have had additional rare monsters added to them to make sure that there are a minimum number in every... We'll be posting patch notes for these changes when they're deployed. For a full list of what's... check out the patch notes here. Overall, everything is good changes, and except for the dodge roll. Hopefully they revert the character size, in my opinion. I think it will literally make it so that you can skip everything. Just the moving of the small mobs, I think, is more than enough. Being able to to be character size 0, I think is not good. Oh, so this has already been deployed, but you just need to restart. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. Overall, honestly, the biggest takeaway that one sec. Biggest takeaway is that they are pretty fast on the feedbacks and that they are making changes pretty fast and they're not exaggerating changes. I think the dodge roll changes, I think they're excessive, but I don't think they're so excessive that if they revert some of it back, it's going to be that big of a deal. That's just my opinion. But yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Next I want to talk about crossbow, but this will be in the next video. And man, do I have complaints about the crossbow.